we're back after a really long break.
A really long break, but a
lot of things
needed
happened.
break.
Yes.
A lot was going on between
Annie Jr. and
Christmas
We've
time.
been lighting some candles.
Tons of recitals and baking and
Sure.
get-togethers.
So much has been going on. Grades. Anyway, let's remind everyone where we were when last our intrepid couple was traveling. We had gotten on train after train, and we had ended up in Rotterdam. That's how we ended the last video, for those of you who just watched them chronologically and are not aware of that giant time gap. Well, there was one. Anyway, let's remind people where the heck Rotterdam is.
Yeah.
Also, you might be wondering why we had two flags. We'll get to that. So this is the Netherlands, or at least most of it. Let's scroll around. So this is Belgium down here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Germany. You can see because they like to eat over here in Essen. Essen means to eat, for those who don't get the joke. Okay. So this is Rotterdam, which has the little dotted line around it. That's The Hague. And in between is Delft. That's Amsterdam, far away, and not what we're going to talk about. This is important. Someday, eventually it might be, but not for this video. Moving on. Okay. This is their rail system.
Which we did use, but we're not going to show too much in this video.
No, but we're just giving a scale of the whole city.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we zoom in, this over here is our actual hotel that we stayed at.
Now, the Novotel is part of a bigger brand that we've actually grown to like, and they're the little bit more up.
It was Accor, right?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Accor.
Yeah.
Accor.
So they were a little bit more swanky than we were used to.
When was the last time we'd stayed at it before this? Ooh.
Oh, I believe it was when we were in Wales. Yeah. We stayed at the little bit more modest family inn. So anyway, really good chain of hotels.
Big fan.
And this was where we stayed. We stayed here because it was a little bit more inexpensive. This is a very expensive city.
And this is slightly important. We knew people in this city.
Yes.
Which brings us to the Indian flag, because that's where Elder Alien is from.
Yes.
Good
friend of ours.
And I met them online before Twitter imploded. We became friends. We did all sorts of stuff, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to meet you. And since they are Indian, I tossed the Indian flag up there, and that's why it's there. So they live not here, but at least those are
close
the right
enough.
rail lines that it works.
Yes. We traveled quite far to get to these friends and to meet them.
Right.
So.
I mean, from Hawaii. There is no rail from Hawaii to the Netherlands. Let's move on. So this is the hotel room.
A little bit, one shot really of the hotel room that was all kind of needed. We have a whole couch, a fridge. We hadn't had a fridge in a while, and a place to eat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was pretty posh hotel.
Germany was. Did I just do something? I just did a spoiler. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
France did not have. Oh my goodness! See, this is what happens when we don't do these as often. Paris did not have all these bougie amenities.
No.
Is that fair?
That is very fair.
And we certainly didn't have any on the ferry ship from Ireland.
A quick note, Novotel did have a whole list of freebies. So we got really cool stuff like toothpaste, toothbrush, amenities kits,
roller skates,
makeup sponges. So they're really good about that.
Parachutes. So. It was crazy, the kind of ignore my list.
Moving on. So where we were at in our hotel, there were several directions in which you could take lovely walks.
Should I go back to the map?
That's okay. One way you get to the river, another way you get more inland, and we kind of got to like a little mall area. Another direction is how to get to our friends. And so this video is kind of what are the different directions.
We're wandering the different directions.
So if you leave our hotel room and take a left, you'll end up walking on one path, and where you get to a lot of ducks. Lots of ducks, lots of ponds.
And these were different communities that lived along the path. Different interesting things we saw.
And this was just some of the best shots we had along our walks. Most of this it's a very, very walkable city. Yeah. They have people on bikes. Really, it's bike riders, walkers, and then... In
America, we would say that cars are number one. Number two is something like...
truckers.
Yeah, and eventually get down to pedestrians, and then bikes, we don't know what to do with them.
We don't know what to do with
this
bikes.
This city, bikes is number one.
Yep. Pedestrians are number two.
If you want to cross the street, cars will stop for you because that's their job.
But
bikes do not.
On the same vein, though, if you're walking along a path and you're a pedestrian, you hear that bing, bing, bing of the bike.
Yeah, get out the way.
You get out the way. You, as the pedestrian, get out the way, because if there's an accident, it's your fault.
Yeah. I mean, but one of the key things here is that it has dedicated lanes for bicycling. Yes. It's much safer. The idea that you can bike everywhere, absolutely. I mean, we don't own bikes that we were traveling the world with, so that wasn't an option. But being a pedestrian,
very walkable city,
easy as anything. We stayed on that a long time.
So that
look at the American hot dog.
That was also the path where we went to the grocery store where we found canned hot dogs.
Yes, canned hot dogs.
Canned hot dogs for $3.39.
This is euros, obviously.
Euros. Yeah. But one thing that we did like,
you got to do the chocolate sprinkles.
Was delicious, was the white bread with the butter.
Right.
And so we that butter is actually Irish butter, not from Ireland, Irish butter, and the chocolate sprinkles, which is, I don't know how to say that.
But we had
milk chocolate and dark chocolate.
We got the milk chocolate first, and then Mr. Elder Alien. Is that fair?
Mr. Elder Alien, yeah.
He was like, you got to try the dark chocolate. So of course we did.
So then we did.
We had to get correct. Absolutely,
oh my goodness,
correct.
Absolutely delicious. So what you do is you kind of roll it up till it's just this little roll thing. You roll up the bread. You can roll it up. And then you kind of eat it.
So it's butter, then the chocolate sprinkles.
Yeah.
And then if you don't want them to fall, you're either delicately eating it, or you can just roll it up. Squish it.
It's so good. It's absolutely
Don't overthink
so
it.
Good.
Lots of sprinkles. Never too many. Anyway.
Again,
hey, look! I found a temple.
Another,
Jews.
This was on the other direction. So if you were to leave the hotel room,
it was not Shabbat, and this was behind a locked gate. No, I'm serious. That's why I didn't go in. I was like, oh, yes. And then I realized what day of the week it was. And I'm like, oh, maybe not. Just kidding.
So, in fact, actually, this is if you were to leave the hotel room and then turn around to their back side.
You can't picture this.
Where you get to. Well, I'm just telling you about the different directions. That's all. So, this is where, heading to our friend's place. So, again, another direction from the hotel.
Right. And this just shows how it's street level rail.
Yes.
Which I wisely said, so it's kind of cool. All of your rail is street level. Is that because water tables, in the Netherlands? And they're like, well, you clearly haven't gone the other direction where it goes underground. So I felt smart. 1,000 points to me.
And these are our friends. These are our friends.
Elder Alien's in the middle. Mr. Elder Alien is on the right. And on the left is
Sister Alien.
Yeah.
So those are our friends, our buddies.
Fantastic. They're going to love this.
And they did cook for us.
They don't know that these are the names we're calling them, by the way. It's going to be great. Anyway.
And so they did cook for us, which was awesome.
Yes.
Next
slide. Right. We actually have a picture of it.
So much yum. And guys, this was a vegan meal. I've never had a homemade vegan meal before. I've always had to go to a restaurant to get that. And it was
fabulous,
delicious, nice and spicy, which is how we liked it. We were very excited to get spicy.
That was not intentional. And afterwards, we had to play board games.
Oh, we played so many board games.
Right?
Yes.
Games.
We played about 3 different games.
We played some the first night when they came to visit us, and then we brought out, what was the one we played a lot? Spot It. Oh man.
We did Spot It and the princess and the king.
Love letters.
Yeah.
Classic games, and they don't take up much room for people traveling and traveling, right?
Yep.
Let's see what else we got. So, really enjoyed it, apparently. Not that they know this, but apparently they're going to come visit us in Hawaii. Anyway, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Anyway.
Moving on.
Yes.
So this was one of our days we had decided to just...
Hey, is that me?
To just hike. So we left the hotel and we just decided to wherever the roads were going to take us.
Wander as far as we could.
And we just kept wandering.
Because there's so many sidewalks.
Really cool. Some protest banners over there, not in English. So we walked one way and literally kind of hit the edge. So then we had to turn around and then walk another direction.
I mean, there's, people wandering here.
We never did get a chance to cross this river, but that's okay.
Not on this time.
Got some nice, just random wildflowers.
We ended up taking a rail that went underneath it. Spoilers.
Random wildflowers, yes.
Look how pretty.
So this was the water's edge. This was the furthest we could go, so we just kept walking along. Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
So then we just climb up some steps.
So this is kind of cool. This is so that you can walk your bike up and down.
Yeah, because of course they thought about that.
Because of course they did.
Everybody has a bike.
That thing in the middle, that's for your bike tires. That is like the most Akamite thing I had ever seen. And I'm like, this is what we need to have. So anyway, and then we ended up at this park.
Yeah, this was
after the water, and you can still see the water in the park there, the water's edge of the park. So we just wandered the park.
We found a gas station, isn't that?
Oh, yeah, that was,
eventually.
Well, we got hungry because we were wandering around, and we're like, oh, look, a gas station. And so we got some nibbles, some fun stuff. So this is their thing. They sell Belgian waffles and these little apple streusels.
They call them Belgian waffles.
No. They probably call them Dutch. I have no idea. Dutch waffles. I have no. But anyway, yum. And so that was just had to share.
We quite indulged.
It was really good.
And back to the rail a little bit.
This was really cool. This was it kind of coming on us very slowly, and you obviously can't hear because it's a picture, but it was quiet. Like, it was pretty, like...
Like, we've heard some rattling trains.
This one was, like, it was like butter. It was just, like, it just slid right next to us, and we're like, that was slick. We're like...
Smooth as...
Like, that, it just really didn't make any noise. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It was pretty
cool. Anyway... And finally, right next door to us, right next door to the hotel, was a university.
Right.
So we had a lot of young people around.
Yes. We felt old.
On bikes and stuff. But we did get lunch, and there was like a little mini mart on their campus that we got some groceries from and stuff like that.
And we went to because they have a series of restaurants.
Yes.
On their campus. Were ancient. They all spoke like 7 different languages, which is normal here in the Netherlands. They're like, oh yeah, English is one of our many official languages, along with French, German, English.
So, but all
Dutch.
All in all, nice kids, nice university.
Oh no, there's more.
So very, very beautiful. Wouldn't you love to go to this university? I mean,
absolutely.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Is this the last slide?
That's the last slide.
This feels like the last one. All right, so it's been a while. I hope everybody's still sticking with us as we continue our journey around the world. All right.
Next time.
Till next time, everybody. Bye.